Do you know what is a surfer? A surfer is someone, when he sees the sky full of clouds and the wind is blowing, and he knows that the next day is going to be a big swell. When we talk about swell, we talk about waves. And he dreams about that big wave that he's going to ride. And that wave is the wave of his life. And he can't sleep all that night because he dreams about that wave. You know, going down the line, hitting the top of the wave, getting into the barrel, do some big airs, crazy maneuvers, whatever. And that guy can't sleep all night because he's a real surfer. He feels the ocean in his blood. And a warrior is the same. He knows that there is a fight coming up. And he can't sleep at night because he thinks about different techniques, the kicks, the punches, the throws, the locks, submissions. And he can't sleep at night because he feels that energy, that drive, you know, flowing into his blood. And he knows that he didn't train enough on that certain exercise, so he see it in his mind and he think about it, and then wake up all full of sweat in his body because he knows that he needs to practice more. And he goes out of his bed, of his comfort zone, and he starts practicing at night anywhere he can, whether it's in his room or in the house, in the living room, or in the basement, or in the garden, or he walks to the beach, or in a park, and everybody's sleeping, but he's doing the work. He do more push-ups, and more running, and more sit-ups, and more punches, and kicks. And the same for the surfer. When the waves are flat, he goes in paddling. And when he wants to ride big waves, he knows he needs to enlarge his capacity of air, so he goes underwater and runs with stones in his hand under the water and try to do as many steps as he can while running full sprint under the water with a big stone that keep him down. And then he rise up again, breathe, go down again, pick up that stone, because he knows that when the winter comes, that the big waves are coming, and if he get caught in a set or two and two waves caught down, he won't be able to breathe maybe 3 to 4 minutes or more even. Whether he have a life vest or whether not, he knows that his life depends on it. So he go and train. Now those guys, they don't train for the money, but they train for the glory. They train for the challenge. They train to overcome their own fears, to overcome their own ability, and they want to achieve that greatness. Whether they overcome nature, or whether they overcome their opponent, or whether they overcome their own ego, it doesn't matter. But all those people, and there are many other samples that I can give you, all those people have one thing in common. They have the fire burning in them. And they all want to achieve that greatness within them. And they all want to be successful in their own right. And if you want to be successful, and if you want to achieve that thing that you really want, you got to go for it. And you got to believe. And you got to be willing to put the time, the effort, the sweat, and the blood. Because the only way is to put all those ingredients in order to achieve that recipe that you want. Now, if you think that you're going to do it halfway, no way, man. You have to be committed. You have to do it day by day, night by night. You have to breathe it, live it, feel it. You have to feel that thing in your blood, in your veins, in your heart. Your heart will beat so hard sometimes that you can't even sleep because you want that thing so bad. Now, if you don't have it, you better find it. Because this life is not about mediocrity or just being in a comfort zone all the time. Because life will knock you down so bad. And if you won't be prepared, you'll be fucked up so hard. And I'm telling you, it will come to you. So you better be prepared, and you better be good at what you're doing, and you better put the effort in learning and acquiring that skill that gives you that freedom. You see, when you walk on a street and you're not afraid of anybody, because you know that if anybody going to touch you, you're going to beat the shit out of him. Whether you stay alive or dead, doesn't matter. You're going to fight for your life Because if somebody beating you or abusing you, you have the ability to fight back. But if you go and some people can control you, abuse you, putting you down because they're stronger than you and you're weaker than them, even if you have the money, if you have the background that you think is good enough, it's not enough. If you're in that situation that somebody anywhere in the world can put you down, control you, abuse you, you got to do something about it. You don't want that to happen to you. You have to be so strong that no one in the world will ever control you because he's stronger. And don't let people let you down, putting you down. Don't let anybody putting you down. Now, if somebody is really annoying you and you don't want to fight back in terms of, pick up a fight or beat him, and you have a chance to back up, just ignore him, that's fine. But if he's already hitting you, abusing you, attacking you, procrastinate you, whatever, you gotta resist and fight because you are getting beaten anyway. So if you are getting beaten anyway, you better beat back. You better fight back. Whether you live or die doesn't matter because you're gonna die anyway. So you better live. At least you have a chance. And not only that, that person who tried to abuse you or putting you down will know that you're not a sucker and you fight and he will pay something else. He will have some consequences for his things and for his deeds. So if he comes to beat you or abuse you, you are going to fight him back. And not only that, if you're strong enough, he might be sorry for the minute or the day he even thought about doing it. So guys, I'm telling you, if you haven't wake up yet and you haven't had that thing that you couldn't sleep all night, oh man, your life is maybe too comfort and you're not doing maybe what you should do. So you think deep inside, what is it that you really want to do, and do it. And if you're not doing it, it's probably because it's too hard. Are you afraid? You don't have the guts to stand up the challenges? You giving up on life? You surrender? Oh, no. It's time to wake up. It's time to stand up. And it's time to move. So I'm telling you, my friend, never, ever give up. Not to anybody else and not to your own self. And don't let those negative mind of yours or others get into you. Push it away. Stand like a man. Rock hard and resist and fight and achieve.